Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Friday,
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him on big.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio from the wonderful P3 Radio studios in Bemis, Tennessee. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host and best friend Josh Brawley. Say hey, Josh.
How's it going, everybody? How you doing, Richard?
I fly, bro.
I fly, bro.
Never stopping.
That's never stopping.
Why not?
Because all my friends are dead.
I don't even remember half their names. Good week today. Good week.
Episode 90 this week of P3 Radio. We have done 90 episodes, and it's been 90 weeks of P3 Radio goodness. I started going back and listening to some of the archives last week, and I was just listening to how different we sound from that first show that we recorded on a
laptop.
On a laptop with two headphones and two mics plugged in, and it was like me. And he's like, well, if you throw that ball over here, I'm gonna keep it. But no, man, we're on episode 90, and this week, what are we doing, Josh?
This week, we're going to watch wrestling again.
Yeah.
We're going back to Memphis. Memphis wrestling. It's from, we actually know the date this time because it's, American wrestling. It is March 28th, 1987.
R-A-S-S-L-I-N, that's wrestling.
I just wanted to use it.
Going to wrestling.
Going to wrestling.
Stop going to wrestling.
Glenn's got 3 drops. I love
Going to wrestling.
Yep. I love it. He's probably the only, we only have one Dusty drop,
My computer took your place, Daddy.
but we have 3.
R-A-S-S-L-I-N, that's wrestling. Stop going to wrestling. Going to wrestling.
I love it.
And those
I
are
love
probably like our oldest drops on here too, other than this one.
PG3 Radio.
it. Nope.
Nope.
But I'm excited. We're going to watch Memphis wrestling. That's probably my favorite wrestling ever. I don't know. Well, growing up, that's one of them you just look back, man,
Yeah.
that was it.
Well, you also had, this is the episode that Paulie is on and Sid makes his Memphis debut. So that's what the title says anyways. But we're watching this kind of for the first time with you guys, and if you want to watch along, it's going to be in the link below. We're going to do that right after this commercial break, though. Josh, who do you want to hear from this week?
Let's go with Fans Edge. Man, Richard, I am super excited. Baseball season's about to fire back up. I'm just a little hesitant to buy a jersey right now.
Was that?
It seems like anytime I do, the guy, he gets traded within a couple of weeks, and there I am looking like an idiot.
Or you're just shopping at the wrong place. You need to go to Fans Edge.
Fans Edge?
Fans Edge.
Fans Edge.
Yes, Fans Edge. It's a website, and they offer jersey assurance, meaning if you buy a jersey and the player's traded within 90 days of your purchase, they're going to replace it for you.
Wow. How do I get in touch with them?
Well, you can visit them at our link, tinyurl.com/P3sportswear. And if you type in ships free at checkout, they're going to give you free shipping.
tinyurl.com/P3sportswear. I'm going to go there today and get my Braves jersey.
Welcome back to P3 Radio. It's Mark Cohn with Walking in Memphis.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane.
Is it Cohn or Cohen?
Touchdown.
Cohen. I was just going to let you be wrong.
Is the H silent? Is it Mark Cohn? Every time I heard that as a kid, I went, WCW. That was a WCW mark. You liked WCW more than you did WWF at the time too, didn't you?
Uh huh.
Even though it was vastly inferior as like a production, I always thought it was more realistic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And their figures were the best.
Yeah, I like the Gloob figures. Now, I didn't like the LJN ripoffs that they made.
No, but the Gloob, yeah.
But
Sting was the fucking man. He was the man.
the Gloob figure where he's
No,
standing.
just in WCW, he was the man.
I like Sting better than I did anybody. That was my favorite wrestler growing up. Well, the reason why we're listening to this, I will say this: Ron Simmons' figure was the most worthless. You might as well had a one-armed figure because he had one arm like
One
tummy
usable arm.
tucking, and doing the. Why didn't he do a double bicep?
Yes, I guess they were like, who can we screw making a figure? We'll make Butch Reed one of the best, and then Ron
Yeah.
Simmons one of the worst.
Butch Reed had an awesome. Him and
I
Z-Man.
loved the Butch Reed figure.
Z-Man was underrated.
I ended up fucking the Z-Man figure up. by
Oh, thank God.
painting
Standing
tights.
right there between his legs and just
No,
kind of used it.
I painted tights on him. I painted
Yeah.
him long tights, and I scarred him up because I was having my death matches or whatever. It was a good time.
Did you ever use Z-Man as another wrestler?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I painted him. That's
I don't want
why
you
I
to be-
painted the top. I don't want you to be Tom
I
Z.
ain't putting the Z-Man over as my top.
Z-Man in the barbed wire matches ain't worth a fuck.
No.
But either way,
I always
done
did that
got
with Luke,
way the
the
fuck.
Bushwhacker Luke figure. He was always in the perfect position to suplex somebody, so I made him like Taz.
Oh.
I just didn't change him. I was just like, it's
You
Taz.
just playing with, brother, let me suplex your brother.
This isn't the Bushwhacker motion. It's me going to fuck you up, brother. This is my berserker motion.
We got way off topic
yeah.
with that song.
One thing I am going to ask before we start this is if right now somebody offered you all of the Gloob figures from the UK, you know, your Dustin Rhodes,
Yeah.
your Elegante, the Freebirds,
I know
and
all
Big
of them.
Josh.
And the
Ric
Luger,
Flair,
with the special
Luger,
robe.
sorry. Yeah. If they were to have like a box set of those and just said, you make me an offer, like a fair offer, how much would you say you would be the lowest, the highest that you would pay?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If I just had all kinds of money, obviously I'd pay whatever the price was.
Right.
But, on my current income, are we talking like carded or just open?
Open.
Oh, well,
You're not going to find those carded, I'm sure.
I've seen different ones, carded throughout the years and recently, but not all together.
Yeah.
But either way, I'd be comfortable paying at least for all of them. Shit, I'd be 300 at least.
Yeah.
Because you can get at least 75 for the Big Josh alone.
Do you ever wish you were like at a flea market or somewhere and just like happen to see? Every time I go to the flea market here in town, I'm like, please let there be an old WCW figure or an LJN. I don't care if it's something wrestling old, I'll buy it.
Yep. Even at the Goodwill, if I find any tape that's wrestling, even if I already own it, I buy it.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we played Walking in Memphis way back when because we are going to do a watch along with CWA Memphis Championship Wrestling from March 28th, 1987. The link is in the description there. Josh, if you want to give them a ready, set, go, we can give them a ready, set, go to watch along with us.
Ready, set, play.
We're off and running here with CWA Championship Wrestling and the iconic Memphis Wrestling theme in the background. I love how all the graphics look just terrible. For the day, though, it was probably really cool.
Probably a shitty tape.
Oh, it probably is. You're right.
See, because the color just snapped back in.
Nick Bockwinkel. And that guy.
Ostinato!
Oh. Did your grandmother have that statue?
No, my mom painted one and gave it to somebody.
Oh, your grandmother had it. Oh, your grandmother had it on top of her TV forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe she did.
You're observant. Dave Brown and Lance Russell here. I always hated that background image. Like, what is that?
That is a conqueror with a sword, I think. Or a lightning bolt.
I didn't know what it was ever. I thought it was just a messed up championship title.
That's what I thought.
Did Lawler paint that, I wonder?
I bet he did. You know,
I never liked it, to be honest with you.
that's the first one I ever remember. Like when I remember watching wrestling back, it may not have been the first one I ever seen, but it was the first one that sticks out to me.
I always thought it looked like they were filming this on one side of a Rubik's Cube. With all the yellow squares. I was watching one of these the other night, and Tony Falk came out with a white tights on. It's like a white singlet.
What gimmick was he?
Tony Falk.
Oh, he wasn't Boy Tony?
No. And, well, he looked like Boy Tony because it looked like you could see his plumbing berries right there. Like, I joke that you could tell his religion. Like, you could see the silhouette of everything. Like, every dick wrinkle you could see. You're like, damn, Tony, wear some underwear. All right, there's Downtown Bruno. Who's that guy with him?
I think that's Uncle Fred. I don't know who the big one is.
It's Fred Ottman.
I don't know who the big one is. Can you imagine that? Saying, not Tugboat, the big guy. You know what? That's fucking crazy. An old dude, I don't guess he ever made it after this.
You know, they killed him?
Well, no, I'm saying, do you know who that other guy is?
No.
Neither do I.
Yeah. He was a champion at one time. And apparently very ashamed of his body.
If you were over 300 pounds, anybody could be a champion in Memphis at some point, right?
Yeah. He's wearing a T-shirt under his tights.
It was like Tugboat's got a cardboard belt. He's got a black eye for sure. What the hell? He done pissed somebody off.
I'm not even going to acknowledge them. You know, whenever a mother and father have a baby,
what?
They'll usually spend 6 or 7
I thought he was saying motherfucker.
Whenever a mother father.
Thinking of going through books, watching TV, anything, just to get a good name for the
That big guy looks like he's trying to take a shit back there. You see that?
Your nose is a little bit big. Anyhow, what kind of mother, Mrs. Jones said, let's call our baby Soul Train, right? And then Mr. and Mrs. Bryan said, let's call our baby Brick House.
What else can you tell me to say back there?
What kind of names are that for babies?
Wait
Seriously.
I guess maybe Bubba's parents decided to name him Big.
Oh, you never laid your hands on Lance Russell. The big one is like, I don't have that many years in the business. I'm just going to tap you on the shoulder, Lance.
Mr. Lance, sir. He say dime time, Bruno?
Yeah. I'm all about dimes. Man, that belt is the smallest one ever.
Tugboat is like 400 pounds.
Well, I thought the center medallion, I thought that was the side medallion that was on his shoulder, and I look at it, I was like, no, that's the center medallion. Company must not have been doing well at the time.
I mean, even looking back, like in the early 80s when Dutch Mantel and all of them had the Southern Heavyweight title, them belts were small for some reason.
Bubba and Goliath versus Soul Train. I used to love Soul Train.
You know who that is?
Who's that?
You'll see. He charged everyone in the crowd $30 for appearing on camera with him.
Virgil?
Yep. You don't remember that?
No, man. I was really young. Maybe this was. He used to dance a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember him. I used to like this gimmick. This must have been right before he went to WWF.
Yeah.
Well, when was WrestleMania 4?
In 88.
Okay. Because that was about when...
I don't really remember. I just remember seeing he was Soul Train, you know, like in magazines and shit. I don't specifically remember, like, watching him until
I remember
after,
watching him
you know.
dance. Me and my grandfather used to, like, watch him dance and laugh because he was so funny dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say that was the same episode we saw Billy Joe Travis and Jeff Jarrett had a leather strap and he was whipping everybody in the ring and he hit Billy Joe Travis in the butt. And not Billy Joe Travis, maybe it was Billy Joe Travis, Robert Fuller. Hit Robert Fuller in the butt and Robert Fuller started jumping like it was just, I laughed so hard. Titan suits.
Bubba grabs you and says, "Don't, you don't." That's right. That's right.
Sounded like a prison life lesson. When Bubba grabs you and says, "Don't, you don't." You don't flinch. You don't fight back.
You just let it happen.
Just start repeating that Bible verse. This too shall pass.
I was going to say, well, what if Bubba comes back tomorrow? What?
This too shall pass again.
I think you need to kick Bubba in his ass. No, I didn't say foot. That's what he's trying to do to you. Never mind.
Second day can't be as worse as the first.
Third day, I was wrong.
It's just like working out. It's always the third days that's the source. Of course, we just lost Brickhouse Brown this past year. I watched him.
He was a really good wrestler.
Had a great look to him, great physique. I just remember.
He was another one of them home. I always viewed as one of our guys.
Yeah.
He was always around Memphis, and if he left, he always came back.
No, I mean it. I'm gonna come out of the audience and start hurting people.
Browntown pulls out a knife and just that'd fuck up the whole crowd, wouldn't it? No, I remember watching Brickhouse in Batesville, Mississippi at my first event. He was wrestling this young guy. The young guy messed up 3 or 4 times. And that third time he messed up, Brickhouse was just like, nah, screw it. And just started beating the stew out of him because he knew he wasn't going to be able to make it look good. So clothesline the crap out of it. He didn't it wasn't like he did it on as a mean thing. He was just like, well, I ain't going to come out here and look like an idiot.
Right.
So, and afterwards he was talking to him. He's like, we heard him saying, look, I had to do that. It wasn't because I just knew I wouldn't be able to get anything out of it. You got to get better at this, this, and this. And actually training him, telling him what he needed to do better. I was like, that's pretty cool. It wasn't like he just beat a kid up and just let him, that's his lesson.
Yeah.
Went back and told him, look, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. And I had to do this so it didn't just look like we were out there messing around in the ring.
I wonder what backyard the big guy learned to wrestle in. Probably Lawler's backyard.
Maybe. He's a big guy. He's got to be at least, because Brickhouse Brown wasn't small. But Tugboat wasn't small either.
That's what I'm saying, and he was at least 2-3 inches taller.
He's got to be
a lot bigger.
At least 6'8", you would think.
Virgil is too. Whenever he, never mind.
We're coming up on 4 minutes of this championship match.
I just didn't realize he wrestled in Memphis.
Oh, Soul Train really being hammered by Mighty Goliath. I think he raked his fingers across his eyes. What happened there? That's a big broad arm. The referee saying, "Hey, it's legal." That's not legal. Grabbed him from outside.
Old VHS quality here. I hope there's commercials on this. I think there will be.
Well, this is one of the Evansville recordings, so you never know. A lot of the Memphis ones that are an hour 30, they just taped everything.
Yeah.
The ones on YouTube.
One of the funniest things I ever heard was when I finally did the Memphis wrestling thing. I don't think he was supposed to move there.
I think that's why he moved, Dave.
One of the funniest things. Oh, that looked like crap. One of the funniest things I ever heard was Calhoun telling jokes with Lawler in the back at Memphis one time.
Well, what were some of them?
I can say one, but because I remember Reggie laughing about it. But he was giving Lawler a hard time for dating younger girls, and he said the last girl that gave Lawler a blowjob, he had to burp it afterwards. It made everybody.
That is fucking awful, but
It made everybody pop about it too in the back. Calhoun was awesome, though, man. He was really nice. I remember Reggie B giving him grief. He's like, Calhoun, you can make those 3 counts a little faster out there. And honestly, I laughed.
I don't look at Jerry Calhoun that way. I look at Frank Morrell that way.
Oh, dude. Later on, I love Jerry, but later on in like the old Memphis, like the latter Memphis days that we, like 10, 11 years ago, he started getting kind of slow on the counts. It was like 1, 2, no. And I remember, and then Calhoun's like, Reggie, the day I take advice from you about my career. It was just, it was hilarious though. Calhoun, you get a little quicker than them 3 counts now. Reggie was awesome though, man. He was probably one of the most laid back guys in the back. I've wrestled him once in Ripley, and he was a really cool guy. So this one ain't gonna have commercials. Could they have found a darker back room to do? I remember when Lance used to do these interviews in front of like a brick wall. Hello, everybody.
Or them off-putting yellow lockers or whatever.
I'm in the back locker room because we couldn't get any more studio time, and
getting live and fired up and kicking in Evansville. And let me tell you something, you owe me some dues.
Oh, we never saw these.
I didn't know that they did other shows until I went to my uncle's that first summer.
Yeah.
And I watched, Saturday Morning Wrestling. I was like, I already seen this.
Yeah.
It was a week delay.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck to you guys.
They used to do these matches on a week loop too, apparently. Like Mick Foley talked about doing them like the same matches, same finishes.
Yeah.
Well, get something that really blends in with the curtains in the background.
I just see a head.
Yeah.
That's all I see.
We're here talking to the king with a floating head and a. Is that a Beatles shirt he's wearing?
No, that's a King Lawler shirt with his own
looked like
face
Paul
on it.
McCartney, didn't it?
Would you wear a shirt of you?
I've worn my shirt before, but not one my face on it.
You get your goatee going like that.
I'm going to. I wonder if he had to shave it like in the corners like that.
Well, it didn't grow that way.
It looks a little uneven. Is it supposed to be a crown?
Yes. You just seeing that?
I don't know why I always thought it was supposed to be something else. I didn't understand it.
What do you think about bringing the mustache back?
I don't like just the mustache.
Joked about it at work before. Walk up to one of my buddies. Hey, let's come in with mustaches tomorrow. What do you think? I call them the 80s porno stash.
If you could grow it like all the way down like a Fu Manchu and it's thick, might not be too bad. But there's very few people that can wear one without looking like a
fucking creep.
Like a creep, yeah. Well, what I was gonna do, I don't know if I ever told this story. Back before back last year when I was gonna go to the fire department, I knew I had to shave. So like 2 days before I knew I was gonna have to go, I was like, I'm gonna try something. I was like, I just want to see what it looks like because I'm not gonna have a beard for a long time, And so I shaved all the way down to a Fu Manchu mustache, and I dyed it. Like, just to see if it looked like Hogan. Because I was going to make a joke out of it and put some bandanas on and send you a picture. And when I got done, because my hair was so dark, and I got platinum, like the platinum dye, and because my hair is like so weirdly colored, like when it when it got done, I walked out and I looked at my wife and she just looked at me. I was like, doesn't really say Hogan as much as it does creepy dude at a rest stop, does it? She's like, yeah, it don't look good. I was like, no, it does not. I'm gonna go shave off.
Damn, I never knew that.
Yeah.
You bought a whole box of hair dye for
it was really small. It was a real small thing of the dye. It was like the cheapest one they had. Because I knew I was going to shave it off in like 2 days. I was like, it'll be funny. But no, it didn't get blonde. It was like a strawberry blonde, maybe? Like almost like a red. I look like the Irish curse. From a rest stop near you. The Irish curse.
It's like to be busted by Mr. Hilo. And of course, anytime you've got Shima.
Oh boy. What a backdrop that was.
Yeah, that didn't work out for Ed.
Even Dave was announcing it. He's like, yeah, that didn't look very good.
Additional weight that Hilo
Now he's got to like Now he's got to cover for it. Oh, the additional weight.
He was fixing to go for a collar and elbow, and the other guy was fixing to punch him. There must not have been very much communication.
My mama said if I get in there with that Japanese man, I ought to punch him in the face. That's what I did. Then he shot on me with that elbow drop.
And then I went back to Walgreens and finished my shift.
He sold that pretty well. Wonder who that is.
Something Bryant, not Jerry Bryant either. Randy
Bryant.
Move to the midsection, tag on Hilo.
You just find ourselves watching that spin kick.
It was a thing of beauty. An oriental spin kick.
Look how slow that count was.
And that's Jerry in his younger years.
Do not know the match is over? Tojo hit him with this. Well, fuck it. You broke stick. Oh. Oh, thank God Alan West is there.
I don't know what we'd do without Alan West.
Although if you had to pick him, Alan West looks like the bigger star here.
I guess, but in the long run, Paul Diamond stuck around for a long time.
But I'm saying if you look at those two guys,
yeah, I'm going.
Alan West is he's got the curly mullet thing like the guy from Best of the Best. He's our berserker, and he's got a good body. He came out wearing like jeans tights with a muscle build. And then Paul Diamond comes out with a shirt on. Look, he even looks like Magnum TA almost.
Yeah, I guess.
And look at Paul Diamond. He's got a mustache sideburn thing.
It looked like somebody gave him a
Dirty Sanchez.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. What the fuck happened?
Came out, and I don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah, he's not very strong on the mic.
Put me up for good. They're trying to break my
3-on-1 at that particular instance, I heard.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on there.
And they shaved Paul's face and made him look like a moron.
Look at Paul. He looks like he lost a bet over here.
Well, it was one of those situations where
if he didn't lose a bet, then I don't know what the fuck.
What the hell's going on with his head? Is that just the tape?
because these guys, they'll do anything.
Looks like he's got a line across his head.
You got the leg to prove it.
I'll tell you, Lance, and I'm a little sick and tired of all this happening here. As Alan said,
Oh,
I
it's just
had to go out there
paint.
because I saw what these guys have been doing. I mean, I understand we're trying to tell
Somebody must have played a shoe polish rib on him. And
these guys got their
he's fucking going out with it. He can't get it off.
so you can't make a living anymore.
No, Eddie said you got to go out there on TV. It didn't matter what happened.
Before they do it to anybody else.
So, Paul, I can't help but notice that you have a weird hair problem here. Is that paint or is that hair? That's hair, Lance.
Actually, I just got up from under my Chrysler. I was working on the motor in the fucking parking lot.
And someone said Tojo's hitting somebody with a cane, and we decided we're going to have to stop that. Hit the ropes hard. And you called clothesline, you son of a bitch.
Hey, a couple of your seconds to remind you that Thursday, April the 9th, Marengo, Indiana, at the Crawford County High School.
Crawford County High School.
Never heard of a Marengo.
Tickets on sale at the high school office. That's Thursday, April the 9th, Marengo, Indiana. Thursday, April the 23rd, Henryville,
It's weird how far up the Memphis territory went.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was Evansville that was pretty much the only Indiana show, but if they were hitting them other shows too, that's pretty cool.
Well, it's right there in that whole Kentucky, Missouri. They didn't get into Illinois and Missouri, did they?
In Missouri, yeah, because they would do Kennett, Missouri sometime.
I guess just that little boot hill there. They didn't go very far up Missouri.
Jeff and BT will be going.
Who's Jeff? Oh,
BT.
Hey, BT
BT's on there.
Express. And then with no referee, Lawler and Idol get it on.
That just sounds nasty.
Weston.
And then they're rough and ready.
Together as a tag team. We remarked a little bit earlier that they have not been together long, but boy, I'll tell you,
Bouchard's rough and ready.
that I've seen them together, they really look good.
Weren't we just out here, Lance?
He don't even look like he knows his way to the ring.
Themselves in great shape. So we're ready
for this one.
I tell you what, that one guy can't talk for shit, can he?
Looks like $1 million.
I gotta tell you, Lance, West is probably a chromosome away from collecting a check every week. Did you hear that motherfucker talk, Lance? It was just terrible.
How the hell did he get to the studio this morning? I hope somebody dropped him off. Good Lord.
If Rough and Ready really want to win, they just untie that motherfucker's shoes and watch him struggle for an hour. They really should have bought him the Velcro boots.
Wiry type. Boy, all muscle.
You just start yelling no as
No! Take your headphones off. You got to wrestle.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I did my move here. You get him back again, Paul. Are those jeans or tights? I can't tell if they're really tight.
I think he stole Ricky
jeans.
Morton's tights, and he's just fitting into them.
Ricky sold him the tights before he left the territory. Are we going to do this again? All right.
Back and forth, spending too much time in there. Giving each one a crack here in Rough early on in the going.
Who are Rough and Ready?
10-minute time limit tag.
Jobbers right now.
It kind of sounds like a Little Caesars deal, doesn't it?
They are little. But yeah, come get the new Rough and Ready for only $6 with a drink.
Shit.
Do the ass bump across your arm for real.
It's all very well distributed muscle weight. These guys are good athletes.
I always loved how there was one I watched one time where the referee he saw him get to the ropes. And I always want to say Bill Rush, but that's not Bill. Oh, Jesus. Jerry Calhoun.
He's about a foot taller than Bill Rush.
Yeah. Jerry Calhoun saw the guy get to the ropes. He's holding the ropes, and Paul Diamond or somebody pulls him off the ropes, and Dave Brown's like, and the referee was like, you're going to have to do more than that to get that hold broken. I was like, he got to the ropes.
Ready, the shorter of the two.
Oh, one of them's name is Rough. The other one's is Ready.
Very vocal.
You said that drop kick?
He drop kicked him in the kneecap.
West hit him with like one of those Luke Wayne kicks.
Ready, crotch picked up in the air and slammed very easily by the powerful Alan West.
Why does Paul have to be up there already?
He didn't have his weight. Oh, look at this. Ooh, helping Paul Diamond off the rope. 1, 2, 3.
Who was the manager there?
And it's all over with.
I can't tell.
You'll see Paul Diamond coming off the...
Paul Diamond perched on the top rope for what seemed like the whole match. Is it time to go?
We're back from commercial. Paul's still up there.
Perched up there like a damn bird, Dave. I tell you, that next match is going to start soon. They need to get Paul off of there. I think he's lost his... I think that shit on his face, Dave.
His partner's over there eating the paint off of the door, peeling it off.
Which explains a lot. Hey, there's Lord Humongous.
And Paul.
Is that Sid?
Yeah.
Humongous is now going straight to the top, and anybody who gets in our way is going straight down.
Well, he's certainly got all the physical tools to do it with. We'll find out.
I didn't know if Sid shaved his head. Is his head
That's
shaved?
a bald cap thing.
Well, I tell you something. When it comes to polishing and experience, I don't even think Humongous needs it. There's a simple fact here.
Jeff Van Camp wasn't that tall either. Or that built.
And he will destroy this man today in front of your eyes and everybody else's eyes, right here.
Paulie was such a good talker, still is.
It's time for us to see the new tutelage of Lord Humongous.
Tutelage is a funny word to hear him say.
And we are
I got a little tutelage, Dave.
Oh, wipe it off.
This match is going to be one fall, 10 minutes.
You got Lord
Lord
Humongous
Humongous and his victim
versus
David Johnson.
David Johnson.
Gets his warm-up robe off.
Let me try to punch him right in the mask.
Lord Humongous has on some church shoes. He didn't want to grab him in the nuts. That was before he got comfortable.
That was a shoot Samoan drop.
You know, that was always like one of my big fears of becoming a wrestler.
Was having to wrestle Lord Humongous?
No, having to grab another man's nuts.
Well, you don't have to grab their nuts. You just have
if you want to do it right, and I've been in that class. I've been in that class where it's, all right, yeah, grab him right there. Where his nuts are. Yeah, put your hand right beside it. And I'm just thinking, oh, what if you touch the nuts? I'm just no.
Well, it's just like football. You know, center gets down there and the quarterback pretty much rests his back of his palm against his taint.
You're not laying your palm like right by them nuts.
You're basically backhand brushing it with your hand. You're putting your little knuckle on the balls.
He ain't spandex, and he more than likely has a couple. Football.
No, chances are no. It's kind of like the Kane character, but he moves a lot faster. I wonder if he liked working in that mask.
Well, he's still the same giant of a person. So
dude,
whenever he leaves, he's like, oh, that's somebody. It's got to be him.
Here's a couple others that stepped in line to
in 2008 or 2007, when he was working in Memphis, he came back to work Lawler. He was at that show at Tunica with us at was it the Gold? No, I don't remember. It was one of the casinos we worked at. I seen him backstage, and he's still huge. His shoulder width. It's his shoulder, how wide his shoulders are. That's just like, you can't rewind this.
I'm not.
I know what you were trying to do here. Trying to get a time cue. We're at 28:34.
I was going to turn it down a piece. I feel like that is just super loud as we're trying to talk.
Is this a new episode?
Mm-mm.
Hey, it's Bam Bam Bigelow with War Machine. What's he wearing there?
His gym suit.
Man, he was agile for a big guy.
They're like, no, wear one of the Little Rascals swimsuits and just come and we'll let you beat the shit out of two guys every time.
That guy had to tear his ACL.
I'm surprised Tommy's yeah, just lift me up over your head. I'll help you out. I'll help you.
Good Lord. I always liked Bam Bam.
He scared me to death when I first seen him in Memphis. He came out to the Jaws music. It just scared
I
the fuck
hated
out of
his
me.
entrance music in WWE. Bam, 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 bam. Cartwheel, double boot, splash. I guess he wasn't doing the headbutt here. That's like the third time they've showed that. That suplex. We've ran out of clips. I guess he could come off the top rope other than that little step-up thing he did.
That's what they said about whatever his name was.
The table. Dang.
There's Boy Tony.
It's like a Boy George type thing.
Mm-hmm.
10-minute time limit match coming up here. Total weight of 424 pounds, both out of Mississippi. Introducing Jerry Garman and Benny Traylor.
I like his navigational device. Jerry Garman.
Downtown Bruno from St. Louis, Missouri. Boy,
and his partner Navstar.
and from Hawaii, Pat Tanaka. This match one fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
That guy Jerry Calhoun never went down in any of these matches.
What do you mean?
Like never got hit so hard he had to, step out for a match. I never had another ref.
Right.
Not back in these days. Great drop kick there.
You notice you got him, don't you? Thank you, Bruno. Boy, what a pain. There's just no other way to put it. This guy-
Was there ever a good manager like in this era? Like, did they ever have a manager that was just nice and good? I mean, your uncle, I guess, would have been.
Jackie Fargo.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a lot.
Your uncle was a manager for Lawler. They were good guys then. During the Andy Kaufman thing.
Yeah.
You ever feel bad you didn't get the shot to play your uncle in the movie?
No.
Would have been hilarious, wouldn't it?
Well, I was like 13 when they made the movie, so.
You're a good bit taller than your uncle now, though, right?
Yeah.
I could have swore you were like 16 when that movie came out.
It was 96. So.
No, it wasn't.
Man on the Moon, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was like 99.
Huh. The more you know.
I always like the bright colors.
Thought you were going to say, I'd really do like Boy Tony's makeup.
I like the tights. They're
flowers offsetted with neon green.
Yeah. It's a heat getter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good Lord, Bruno won't shut up, will he?
Prime time.
Say prime time again. Dude, I saw the funniest thing the other night. So, a friend of the show, Derek King, he was going to be on a Facebook Live with Randy.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I seen the announcement.
So he was going to have him on. Well, last night I was just happened to be, I was kind of sick, sitting in the bed, scrolling through Facebook, and I saw Derek on there in this little bitty bubble atop, and Randy's going, well, I invited Derek King, but Derek King's not going to be here. And you see Derek up there, and he's moving. He's like, Randy, I'm here. Hit the invite button. I don't know where he is. And, well, I see people telling me to invite him. I've invited him. I've invited him. Like, would somebody tell him I'm here? I've got the comments are going up. This is the greatest thing ever. I was trying to get, like, screenshots of it just so I could have it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a video of it. I was like, dang it.
Surely somebody did.
It's got to be on there. Go back and look at Randy Hell's Facebook
videos.
Facebook Live from April 18th, 2019.
I got to do that when I get home.
Yeah. It's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I'd seen where he announced that Derek was going to be on there, but I never seen any more about it.
I was always confused when I saw this. They were like, you reckon we should buy tape for the ropes to make them a different color? They can be green like the hose pipe they are.
Might as well be.
What are we going to do for the turnbuckles? Duct tape. Green and silver. It's a great color combination. I hated that. I always hated the turnbuckles being duct tape.
Yeah.
Hated that. I thought that
it's
gave
always
it
off-putting.
Yeah, I thought that. Well, even as a kid, I was like, that gives it such a redneck backyard look. Wonder who decided to do that. I mean, you could put tape on the ropes.
No, I was just laughing at the crowd.
Oh, what was he saying?
I can't say those words.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Towards the good guys or the bad guys?
Boy Tony.
Oh, the F word?
Yeah.
It was a different time. What's addle? He meant idle.
Right down on his neck. Held him there for the 3 count at 4 minutes 27.
This was the
getting his
80s.
purse.
2-7 the tie. Well, the winner.
I love how everybody's just like, yeah, let him call him that. Good for business. It's the 80s, man.
Baby, all its glory. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, baby. The river was deep, the mountain was high, the valley was low. But we
And you're confused on which way to go. But out from here, I'll lend you a hand to see you into the promised land. Anybody else tasting purple, Dave? Well, this is Lance.
and you know what?
Bruno's having a stroke.
Come on and take a free ride with me, Lance. That's what I'm talking about.
Running around a square circle with that
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Hey, when you get out there, wear that hat for the whole episode, then pull it off on camera.
Bruno always kind of like a drunk. Look at him. Like your drunk uncle telling how he's going to whip everybody's ass at 4th of July.
It's Thanksgiving after everybody eats.
I'll whip your ass. I'll whip your ass. Yeah.
You've always been a pussy. I ain't worried about you.
Timmy, you need to set your ass down, too. I'll take that wooden hip off. It's an artificial. I don't care. It's wooden. It ain't real. I'll take that wooden hip off. I'll
Fake.
beat your ass with it.
Travis from wrestling here. If we can take that hood off and prove it's Billy
What would you do if I took it off of you and threw it across the yard? I guess I'd crawl to get it.
Well, seeing now it's a surgically repaired artificial hip. You'd have to rip my whole leg off.
There's some other people too. Maybe Paul Diamond. I know you can use a few extra bucks. You got them torn khakis on. JT Feather.
He didn't even get the right guy with the torn khakis.
Yeah.
It was the other one, the name we can't remember.
West.
West, whatever.
I don't even remember his first. Randy West.
Randy West.
I guess.
That sounds good.
And that doesn't just go for Lawler and
I'll laugh about that tomorrow.
Alan West, SG.
Alan West.
You name it.
Sounds like a guy that created a comic book character, doesn't he?
Or like a school principal or something.
Yeah.
Principal Alan West here.
Tomorrow
School
is
be closed.
tomorrow is Taco Day in the cafeteria.
Send an extra 50 cents with your kids.
Also, we're looking for the sons of bitches that painted the gym with that damn spray paint.
We want the BT Express. We need to find
Oh, we got
we can get a lot of buffets with that.
we got bad guys button heads. This isn't BT, is it? BT Express?
Who, the big guy?
No, they said if they could beat the BT Express.
But anyhow, Pat, I think you have a few words to say to the BT Express. And hey, Jerry, no time limit, no stopping the match. That's right. And no DQ.
He kind of looks like Rufio.
Rufio.
Bangarang!
Oh.
But let me tell you something, Peter Pan. You come back here, try to run Neverland again? What are you talking about, Pat? Do you have a time machine? That movie's like 8 years away from being made. Get out of here.
To get the mask off. Evidently, he doesn't think that Pat and Boy Tony are capable of doing it. He's made the offer, though. We're going to take time out. Be back in a moment.
This is where the audience was saying derogatory things about homosexuals.
I do, in fact, love it. 7 matches coming up on the card Wednesday night.
Those sunglasses of
Pat
Tanaka's are bigger than his face.
It makes him look like he's like the Japanese version of Bret the Hitman Hart, doesn't it?
But like the Japanese version of Bret Hitman Hart's kid wearing it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Bret Hart. You used to travel Japan a lot, and I'm your son.
He's Takashi the Hitman Hart.
Stinking most filthiest town I've ever seen, and the people there are so ugly and disgusting it makes me sick.
The guy behind him is the Anvil.
Boy Tony wore a dress for this interview.
Against Bubba and Goliath for the titles. Let me tell you something, boys. We beat you 1, 2, 3 on national television, and I don't think you should have a rematch.
Is Downtown Bruno slowly building a faction here?
I
The
think
weirdest
so.
group of guys I've
Yeah.
ever seen. We got our Japanese man. We've got 2 guys that are really big, and one's going to have an epic blunder pretty soon, trying to crash through a wall. And then we got this guy in the dress. We are
Eric Emery's best
unstoppable.
friend. And then you have the idol.
They're both losers. You look at Evansville, Indiana. You drive into that town. You fly into the town. They got a little small.
Does he still have a full head of hair?
I think so. He still wears that hat, I think, too.
That has to be a Bosley thing. 'Cause look, he looks like he's losing it there.
And the women have to pile the makeup on to hide all the zits and the potholes. The entire town is a loser. The mayor, there's no telling what he does after hours.
What?
All of you ain't no better. But I'm going to tell you something, and you better not forget it, that on Wednesday night, these are my kind of rules. You see,
I always got Austin Idol and Adrian Street. Like, the names, I guess, when I was a kid. Like,
I was going to say two totally different
yeah, when I
people.
was a kid, I used to be like, get them kind of confused.
There ain't nobody that can
He's
help
going
you.
through a change.
Put you in a position I want you. I'm going to finish you for good, Jack.
It's Jerry. I don't know. It's Jerry there, Austin.
It's BT.
Woo! Hey, BT, there you are.
Did he know he was going to make a successful podcast at this point?
I don't know. This might be how he got the Jeff Jarrett interview before us, though.
Last week we had a match, and me and BT Express didn't quite finish what we had to do. But this week, the match is, Lance, no time limit.
Who made his mask?
No disqualification, no stopping the match. There must be
Maybe
a winner.
K&H.
Tanaka, let me tell you something, brother. You had your friends ready last week. Well, this week you better have them waiting in the back again, because I'm going to beat you to a bloody pulp. It's not going to be over till you can't answer the bell, brother, and I'm going to finish you off this week, and that's a promise, brother.
BT, I don't know whether I'm sure you did get the word. Downtown Bruno put out a little bounty on this mask right here. He said he's given $5,000 to anybody.
BT wearing those short
anybody
trunks.
who can pull it off.
That's right, Lance. You know, $5,000 is a lot of money.
He sounds a
But
lot
I'm gonna
different.
Tell you something,
Yeah.
Bruno, or any one of you punks back there, try to take this mask off. This mask is not coming off because I'm going to stay right here in this
Yeah.
town.
You know who that is.
Something about this mask, Tanaka and Boy Tony. Brother, this is my
I don't guess I know who that is.
Anytime, anywhere we can get you
Billy
to the ring,
Joe.
don't stop,
Oh,
no
yeah.
DQ. We're going to bust some heads and somebody's going to get hurt.
I
Believe me,
don't remember
brother.
seeing it. Did he lose a Losers Leaves Town match or
He
something?
must have lost one of them yellow dog type matches.
I'm telling you, man, like a Midnight Rider. I'm telling you, wrestling's a son of a bitch. We talked about it a
Put the
couple
mask
weeks.
on. You
Yeah.
come back to work the next day. We'll call you.
Try doing that at
something.
your lawyer job. What do you mean I'm disbarred? I can't do this.
No, it's totally cool. I know everything.
Let's have the introduction.
All right, it's going to be an expiration of time match introducing at a total weight of 500
The girl with the painted face.
out of parts unknown, the Thunderbird, and from Black
Holy
Rock
shit, that hair.
Mountain, Georgia, with his
She looks like
mascot,
a
Bambi, the hunter.
she's a mascot.
Going against him at a total weight of
He literally said his mascot Bambi.
We're the fighting Bambis.
Express.
That's our mascot, Bambi.
Here we go, expiration of time. It is BT Express starting again.
Either that or the roaring 80s chicks. That's our mascot, Bambi. She looks like a roaring 80s chick. Good job, BT. Ooh, almost lost him on that power slam there, didn't you? Deep arm drag there. I'll try to get Phil Hickerson on the show.
He'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard somebody told me yesterday that when they saw him like a while back, it had been a while, like 10 years ago or so, they were talking about wrestling, and he was talking about how Sting broke his arm for real.
He probably did.
Pretty good story to hear. I like hearing those old stories. My grandmother's sister told me like 4 times the same story, and the first time it was interesting. She was kind of senile, but used to be this guy named the Purple Flash, and he was wrestling somebody, and at the Mid-South Coliseum, this is back in the 60s, or maybe even the 50s. She was pretty old, but apparently that night, the Purple Flash did something villainous, and they everybody in the arena was throwing bottles at him, and like that was the last night they could sell bottles at the concession stand. And she said like 2 weeks later they did something else, and they were throwing ice at him, like full cubes of ice, and hitting him with it, and that was when they started selling crushed ice. I don't know how true that is.
The damn Purple Flash ruined it all.
Yeah. I mean, 3 weeks later, she was telling my grandmother that she should get something done about the man that was living in the toilet, so she wasn't.
That can't be a problem.
Funniest story ever. My grandmother, she was talking about it, like how, well, I was sitting there and she was like, Pearl, you need to do something about that man. What man you talking about? That one in that toilet keeps talking to me every time I'm in there. You gonna have to leave, Helen. And she called my mom, and true story, they took her home that day to Memphis.
Wow. That's crazy. You gonna have to leave.
My grandma had no tolerance for mental issues.
No tolerance for bullshit.
Yeah.
In any form.
I thought she was cool. Yeah, she had some issues, but really cool woman. I guess everybody's got their issues. But I just remember that you gonna have to leave. My grandma always talked like this because she had snuff in her mouth.
You're gonna have to leave,
You're gonna have
Helen.
to leave. No, I don't think you should be here anymore.
Oh, Alan West is kidnapping a woman.
Yeah. I don't. It's
Stop
not even
the car.
It's
Stop his car.
He's got his pants halfway down his ankles. He's not too bright. Somebody stop him. This is not a storyline. Why are y'all cheering? He's got a stick with a nail in it. He's fighting people off.
He whooped the hell out of Guy Coffey and busted through the door.
He's got that strength. I don't want to say what it is, but he's got it. And he's got a weapon and a woman in the other arm like King Kong. Stop him.
He'll be wearing a big-ass set of headphones driving.
Somehow they got him right back. And she's looking like she's hurt.
Just let him finish, and he'll let her go.
Stop trying to create an angle there, guy with no hair. And the fracas, her hip.
I'd like to fracas with her.
She could be your grandmother.
I could be her man, lover.
Oh, man, this went all the way to Jackson, Mississippi. They were in Atlanta, Georgia?
Somehow I don't believe that.
Some of these are worked.
Yeah. Rio de Janeiro tournament.
They say all that, and then they're like, Friday in McEwenville, Birdstown, Tennessee. All these looking like Arkansas,
I've never heard
Tennessee,
of any
Daddy.
of these places.
All these looking like Indiana, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee. I don't see any Georgias on there.
Livingston, Tennessee at the elementary school. Saturday, April 4th, Kossuth, Mississippi at the high school.
Who's doing the voiceovers here?
Michael St. John.
Ah.
Junior College. Wrestling action Saturday, March 28th. Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Always liked his voice.
Me too.
Friday night, Boonville, Mississippi, Northeast Junior College. This Thursday night.
And he was one of those that when he filled in for somebody, he never got mad. I mean, I know he was there for a while after Lance left.
Yeah.
But even after that, whenever Corey or somebody wouldn't be there or Dave wouldn't be there, then it'd be Corey and him. I wouldn't be mad because I liked him too.
Mid-South Coliseum. Special match time, 3 o'clock in Memphis. Sunday night in Jackson, Tennessee.
Hey.
Yeah.
Bell time, 8 o'clock.
That's when it was the Jackson Coliseum, not Omen Arena.
I wonder how many. They ran that often, didn't they?
Yeah.
I never went. I never knew it was a thing. Of course, I was 4 at the time.
Southern Tag Championship match retained by
This one's almost over.
against Soul Train and Brickhouse. We had a little sparkle right at the end of the show when Alan West came in and spirited away little band.
Is that the word
Is
they
that
use
the
whenever
word
they don't
using
want to
for
say kidnap?
abduction, huh? Abduction. Oh, R. Kelly didn't do anything. He was just spiriting away
He was
those
spiriting
girls.
those young girls away.
I really wish we could have got an old commercial on this.
King wore that same robe.
Yeah. Bam Bam. I didn't know that was Bam Bam until later on. Who's that guy in the headgear on the apron?
I think that was Alan West again.
Oh, me. Well, I tell you, Josh, I don't know. We'll probably listen to this back and be embarrassed by some of the stuff, but
Nah, it'll be funny.
But I've had a good time. If you've had a good time and want to see some of our old episodes, you want to see some episodes? You go to our archives and watch some of our old episodes. or listen to them.
I was gonna say we got video.
you gonna watch them with your eyes.
Listen to them with your eyes.
Damn it, I'm all messed up. I'm all discombobulated over here.
Let me spirit you away here.
Hold on. I didn't mean to hit that one.
Yo, killing me with this.
All right. So if you want to listen to some of our old episodes, I'll tell you what's messing me up. Beyond the Mat Part 2 came out, like the second set of videos, and it's messing this whole thing up because I see that fat guy from California. It's like, no, we pay our wrestlers very well. That's how I afford my earrings. Anyways, if you want to see some more, if you want to listen to some, damn it, if you want to listen to some of our old episodes, just look up our archives anywhere you see P3 Radio, all one word, on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. Josh, if they want to follow us or give us a call, how do they do that?
Well, on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, go to your search bar, type in Pop Poncho, you're bound to see us. And if you want to reach us, text us, send us a message. Our number is 731-300-6675.
For Josh Brawley, this is Rich Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.